Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Editorial Analysis. So in this session we'll try to discuss the important aspects of the editorial from the Hindu as well as from the Indian Express. तो समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कि क्या relevant है news का आपके prelims और mains examination में. So let's get started. And before I begin, a piece of advice and prevention regarding the coronavirus. So all the aspirants who are listening to us, so we from the Apti Plus want to tell you that be safe, stay at home, wash your hand as possible, and avoid social contact, make the social distancing as much as possible, and try to wear the mask whenever you go out. So take care of yourself. So the coronavirus epidemic is on its peak. We are almost in the third stage. So you need to take care of yourself and your personal people who are with you. So you make sure that you are stay safe and stay healthy. So let's get started. So this is 23rd of March. The in-depth analysis would be on peril and all out the lockout. MCQs would be there where I'll be explaining the important MCQs with explanation. साथ के साथ मेंस के important सवाल होंगे जो कि in-depth analysis से related होगी, right? From the Hindu, we'll be discussing picking up the quantum technology pattern, how to handle the pandemic. So these two are from the Hindu. Or Indian Express though important, the crisis and the old lesson, and the test of regional solidarity lie ahead, right? So in total there would be 5 important editorial from the Hindu as well as from the Indian Express that we'll be discussing today. So just have a look what is there in the Hindu. These are the 2 important editorial, and this is from the op-ed page that I'll be discussing. और इन दोनों को ज़्यादा ज़रूरी नहीं है देखने की, these are not the relevant one. So first thing, start with the in-depth analysis, that is the peril of an all-out lockdown. This talks about the recent announcement by the Prime Minister that on Sunday there was a lockdown for the entire country, and this is reported in the Hindu. तो बात करें इस तरह के आर्टिकल की relevance की, तो this is again important for your general studies paper 2 and general studies paper 3 because it has an economical impact as well. So the entire editorial talks about the economy and the health impact of the coronavirus. And this is the other side of the epidemic, like whatever worst can be done and what is the repercussion on the economy in the health. So first, the coronavirus spread has a double crisis. First is the health crisis and the other is the economical crisis. And every poor, जो भी गरीब लोग हैं, they're staying at their home, they need essential support because they left their job, they're no more working. The people, the labor class, the informal sector are not getting work, so they need essential support from the government. So how the government will take care of it, because almost 75 districts have been locked down in India. Almost जितने भी शहरों में एक भी संक्रमण पाई गई है वहाँ पे लॉकडाउन कर दिया गया है. तो we have to see how government will carry forward the other part of that. The economical repercussion and the health impact of it would be enlarged. Now talking about the present situation, the casualty which is there in the health crisis is pretty confined. और जिस तरह से नंबर बढ़ रही है, several death has been reported and the number of the cases which has been reported in India is around 7. So 7 cases have been found till death, and the economic crisis is hitting it full force, throwing millions of people out of the work because जो भी लोग वैसे हैं जो कि दिहाड़ी पे काम करते हैं and they're working for the daily wages, they're almost out of their work and they're sitting out their home. And unlike the health crisis, it is not a neutral class, but it hurts the poor people the most. And the citizens should also remember that we are dealing not with the health crisis but also with the economical crisis. So this is a duo effect of the health as well as the economical crisis. So the slowdown, talking about the India slowdown, the workforce associated with the informal sector, basically talking about the migrants, street workers या street vendors हैं, contract workers being affected the most by the economical slowdown. तो ये ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको सबसे ज़्यादा इसका नुकसान उठाना पड़ रहा है. And specifically giving the example of Maharashtra, जहाँ पे mass layoff की गई है, जो migrants हैं, basically in Mumbai many of the people, the auto rickshaws or the street vendors, they're from the other state who have migrated from Uttar Pradesh or from the Bihar or any other state, right? So they have almost locked down. None of the shops have been opened. So it would be again a tougher task for the people who are residing there on their livelihood. And the economical state in Maharashtra is spreading faster. And this was the state where a number of the cases has been reported. A high jump has been seen, जहाँ पे पहले almost the cases has closed 9 to 49, then again it reaches to 56. तो महाराष्ट्र में अभी तक सबसे ज़्यादा नंबर है. And again, the factories, shops, offices, and the work site have been closed early to have a normalcy in the entire state. Now, lockdown की अगर बात करें तो it has another consequences. The economical consequences is very much, and it is urgent, massive, and other relief measures need to be taken care of. Lockdown जो की गई है, that is to consider that the epidemic do not spread. And अगर बात करें इसके जो इम्पैक्ट की, जो लॉकडाउन का जो सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट है, दैट वुड बी फॉर द पुअर पीपल बिकॉज दे कांट स्टे आइडियली इन द होम. एंड इफ दे आर आस्क्ड टू स्टे इन द होम, who will help them, how the state government will come, what are the financial aid that government will be putting to these people would be again a great cause of concern. So this is a critical difference, that impact between the India and the affluent countries that has a good social security system, talking about the America, talking about Italy, talking about China. So these countries, specifically Italy, China, and America, so they have well social security system where they could ask the people to set aside for number of days. But in India, where everyone is dependent on their daily wages, it becomes very tough, and the economical losses to the poor people is in large. Now, talking about the social security scheme, government must also take necessary steps to make good use of extra existing social security scheme that supports the poor. We have number of schemes that is aligned for the poor people. These include pensions. First is the pension. Other is the public distribution system that is called PDS, where they get जैसे जो भी जो ज़रूरत की जो सामान है उनको कम दाम में मुहैया कराई जाती है. Again, the midday meal which is being provided to the children. So this has been taught that they will be given the compensatory amount to the student or the people who are beneficiary of it. And the same again, MG Narega, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So these people are the beneficiaries who are not working on the daily basis. So they are supposed to get the benefit from the government. Now some important measures has been suggested. So initial measures could include the advance payment of the pension. So we can have the advance payment of the pensions, and enhanced PDS ration, the public distribution system which is there, because there is almost a lockdown. So how we can have a proper distribution system? There are some other sector which government has exempted from the lockdown. So healthcare, rationing, important vegetables, the local vendors would be working, and immediate payment of the Manrega wages in area would again be a look forward step from the government. Expanding the distribution and the take home rations for school and Anganwadis, and state relief measures need to be taken, and the radial expansion is necessary. Government can also come up with the economical packages, because see what has said, Prime Minister has said that Ministry of Finance will be soon releasing some of the economic packages for the country. And to assess the various precautionary measures, we need to bear in mind that the dual motive of taking the precautions. First is the self-protection motive for the public purpose motive, and the second would be, and if you fear, you need to, if you're being fear of that you're affected, that is better that you have to keep yourself in the self-isolation. And second is that you participate collective efforts to stop the spread of the virus. So it is very essential to understand your responsibility as an individual, that what you have to do, because it is very essential at this point of time. We are almost in the stage 3, so that we can prevent it spreading in the community. Once it gets spread in the community, it would be very tough for India to stop the spreading. So you and all of us has to take the responsibility. The individual responsibility should be there, so that the virus do not spread to the community. Fine. Now in the same we have a mains question. तो आपको हमें बताना है कि discuss the economical impact of the COVID-19 in Indian economy. What you can do, you can write your answer, you can take a snap of it, and you can send us in the PDF format in the WhatsApp. मैंने वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में WhatsApp के नंबर दिए हुए हैं, आप डिस्क्रिप्शन से नंबर ले सकते हैं और हमें भेज सकते हैं. You will get the proper feedback of your answer sent to us, and we'll be resending that rechecked copy to your WhatsApp number again, right? Now coming to the other important editorial, picking the quantum technology pattern. So here it talks about the announcement of the Indian science and the second quantum revolution which is there. So quantum revolution has been long pending, और इस बार के बजट में सरकार ने प्रपोज भी किया कि it will be spending almost 8,000 crore for a national mission on quantum technological and application. So this point become important from the prelims perspective as well. So what is the quantum mechanics? आपको समझना होगा कि ये है क्या. So it was developed in 20th century to describe the nature of the small scale of the atom and the elementary particles. And beside computing, exploration have a quantum of the world promises that dramatic application include कुछ important application है that include creation of novel material, उसके अलावे enhanced meteorology एंड सिक्योर कम्युनिकेशन. तो ये 3 इंपॉर्टेंट सेक्टर्स हैं जहाँ पे जो क्वांटम रिवोल्यूशन है उसका असर देखा जा सकता है. एंड चाइना हैज़ रिसेंटली डेमोन्स्ट्रेटेड अ सिक्योर क्वांटम कम्युनिकेशन दैट लिंक्स बिटवीन द टेरेस्ट्रियल स्टेशन एंड द सैटेलाइट. तो आप देख सकते हो इसकी एडवांसमेंट कितनी हाई है जहाँ पे चाइना ने इसको ऑलरेडी यूज़ किया हुआ है. एंड देयर आर सम ऑफ द लिमिट्स दैट कम हाउ गवर्नमेंट मस्ट टू डू विद द बिजनेस विद द पब्लिक फंड. सो इट इज़ वेरी एसेंशियल जो फंड्स हैं उसको प्रॉपर तरीके से एलोकेट की जाए और जो बेनिफिट है सेकंड क्वांटम टेक्नोलॉजी का वो एंड यूज़र और स्टेट को पूरे देश में उसका फ़ायदा मिले. सो कनेक्शन विद द इंडियन इंडस्ट्री हैज़ टू स्टार्ट एंड दिस विल हेल्प द क्वांटम टेक्नोलॉजी टू बिकम कमर्शलाइज सक्सेसफुली allowing the Indian industries to benefit from the quantum revolution. So this is very essential. If government is spending 8,000 crore rupees, the ultimate benefit should be there for the pan India, right? Now moving ahead, issues related to development and management of health, how to handle the pandemic. So this talks about the COVID 2019 virus that looms on the healthcare professionals, state institution, and regularly issuing guidelines to precaution to be taken, right? And if we talk about the India public healthcare infrastructure, so the bottleneck which is there is again a challenge for the country like India. We have to ensure the fully functional toilet are there in the public healthcare. So wherever there is a public healthcare, wherever there is a public toilet, so they need to have an uttermost care so that the hygiene is properly maintained. And in light of that, there's example which is given for the Kerala, that Kerala has been receiving a praise for its tackling of the emergency. So what Kerala did, they prepared themselves for the COVID-19 and with a stronger action, and Kerala has almost released 20,000 crore rupees as an emergency fund. Fine. And Kerala government has also launched an application called GeoQuay Direct, where all the informations related to COVID and the beneficiary would be included. The lessons from has to be learned from the Kerala. Each state need to learn this lesson as the efforts that has been made to provide the infrastructure and quality service. There is a mission called Ardhar Mission, which focuses on developing of primary healthcare services into the family healthcare centers. Right. So this is very important, and a lesson can be learned. And these example can also be used in the General Studies paper 2 and General Studies paper 3. Fine. Now moving ahead. Talking about the Indian Express, यहाँ से 2 important article है, the case of the latter and the test of regional solidarity lie ahead. So these are the important one. And new crisis also will be discussing. I have discussed these two. This would be again not that important. These two are the same. So I have correlated this one. And this again talks about the strong action that need to be taken, the collective efforts which need to be coming from the political parties. So the first is the test of regional solidarity lie ahead. So here it talks about the India gesture to the SAARC. What has happened that India has already created a fund, a SAARC emergency fund for a corpus of 10 million fund, right? And this would be helping the SAARC countries to overcome the epidemic of coronavirus. And talking about the SAARC feasibility, the last SAARC summit was held in 2014 in Kathmandu. उसके बाद से अभी तक कोई भी एक्टिव समिट नहीं हुई है. जो लास्ट समिट होनी थी वो 2016 में होनी थी, बट बिकॉज ऑफ उरी अटैक दैट वाज बीइंग पोस्टपोन्ड. सो द feasibility of SAARC is again in question, but the India's gesture to the SAARC has always been welcomed. जिस तरह से इंडिया ने रिस्पॉन्ड लिया है अपने पड़ोसी देशों के लिए, तो ये बहुत ही सराहनीय है. And it is always being appreciated that these at the time of epidemic and the time of crisis, India has shown a proactive relationship, right? So this talks about the regional solidarity which should be coming in terms of the international relationship. Now moving ahead, new crisis, old lesson. This again talks about the coronavirus and the lockdown around the world. Almost the country like US, Italy, China, India, these are almost a lockdown, and we need to have a trained human resources and primary healthcare frontline who will take care of the people. Fine. And at the higher level, we need an epidemiologist, microbiologist, social scientist, statistical modelers and the public health manager, so that who can identify where this problem actually is and how to control it, where is the origin of this problem, right? Government is taking its all preventive measures to stop the spread of the coronavirus, and the recommendation is to strengthen the primary healthcare services. That has been a long haul. So talking about the recommendation which was there by the high level committee, this was in way back in 2011, where the planning commission has already suggested that there should be universal healthcare services, and this would need help in augmenting the amenities which is there in the healthcare services. And we have national healthcare policy that also call for the public healthcare management and to address the establishment. And only two states as of now has taken this national health policy. So the first state is Tamil Nadu, and the second state is Odisha, that has defined the cards now, and they have the proper national health policy for their citizen. And the incident which has already happened in Gorakhpur, example like encephalitis was there, the tragedy which has again a large number of people have lost their life, and the Muzaffarpur incident again. So these two are some of the important incidents that we need to learn from this, and we need to ensure that the proper healthcare services are there in the India at each district level as well as the state level. Now moving ahead to the important questions of the day. So the first question is from the geography. तो आपको बताना है which of the following gas is not present in the early atmosphere. So the first is ammonia, second argon, third is carbon dioxide, and fourth is methane. And this question I have taken from NCERT. So whatever you are reading, this would be in revision for you. So do write the correct answer in the comment section, and I'll be discussing the answer as well. So answer to this question is B, that the Earth's atmosphere contain water vapor, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, methane, and very little amount of oxygen, right? Now moving to the second question of the day. So this is again from the modern history, and this is from the spectrum as well as from the NCERT, right? So with reference to Kesub Chandra Sen, consider the following statement. He founded the Brahmo Samaj of India in 1866, and he supported the practice of intercaste marriages. So these are the two important statements about the Kesub Chandra Sen. So you have to tell me which is the correct answer. Only A, only B, both 1 and 2, and neither 1 nor 2, right? So the correct answer for this question is C, that both of the statement is correct. Kesub Chandra Sen has his followers founded the Brahmo Samaj in 1866 with Debendranath Tagore. Okay, it's known as Adi Brahmo Samaj. And the second statement is also correct, that Kesub Chandra Sen was a strong view against the caste system, where he openly supported the intercaste marriages. And Kesub Chandra Sen was dismissed from his office of Acharya in 1865, right? So these are some of the key points, key explanation that you always need to keep in mind, and these explanation can help you to solve the another question in the prelims examination. So आप explanation को अच्छे से पढ़ें. Now moving ahead, we have 5 online open mock tests on current affair which you can avail at the ₹10. So you can participate and enroll yourself. I have given the link in the description. You can check the description section for more details. And do not forget to like this video, subscribe our Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services, where you can get the important videos in the playlist section. So once you get the subscription of it, you can avail the benefits. And you can reach us to in our Telegram channel as well, where the important questions are being asked on a daily basis, and the PDFs are also there, so you can check the Telegram link as well. And I sincerely thank you for listening to this video. If you have any other concern, do let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.